Alright guys, here we are in the review for the equations and parallel lines test. You all should have an answer key that you were given in class. But even if you didn't and you're watching this video, that means you got through the classroom, so there is copies of the review itself and the answer key as you need to go along with these videos. So, number one asks you to name a line parallel to EF. So, obviously EF is right here. So as far as parallel goes, you have several answers, right? You have BG across from it, you have DC down here, and that would also include AH. So you only need one, obviously, but any three of those would have been an answer. And if you look at the answer key, it has multiple answers for this. So any of those would be good for what you're doing here. 2, name a line perpendicular to EF. Now, for perpendicular, it actually does have to touch EF. It can't just be perpendicular but away from it. That's on to number 3. So here, again with EF, you have these two right here, right, which would be EC and FD. Okay. And so the last one, as kind of mentioned a second ago, skew. We did cover this. It is in your notes as a definition on a little half blue page. I believe that would be on page, if you give me a second, it should be on page 8 of your spiral if you have it with you. But basically skew means not parallel, not perpendicular, not intersecting, really not doing anything, just kind of off in a different plane, not coplanar. So with EF again being right here, you're looking at a couple things. You're looking at these two lines here, and then at the bottom, these two lines here. Anything else is either going to be parallel or perpendicular. So skew, they're not intersecting, they're not on the same plane, they really have nothing to do with each other, and that would be GH, BA, AC, and what did I say? I'm sorry. GH, BA, AC, and HD. Yeah, sorry. All right, so there you go with those. 4, use the diagram to answer the questions. Name the corresponding angles, name the alternate interior, consecutive interior. All right, so again, guys, you really need to know these different angle relationships. Corresponding are matching, right? So 1 and 5. And when I say matching, notice 1 is in the same position of its group as 5 is over here, kind of the top left. 2 and 6. 3 and 7, and 4 and 8. Sorry, I'm running too fast there. Okay, so corresponding has 4 possible answers because every angle has a corresponding one. And so if it asks you for 1, this asks you for so that's all of them. Alternate interior angles. Alternate means they're on different sides of the transversal, interior, and between. So we're looking here at 3 and 6, and 5 and 4, right? Inside, opposite sides of the transversal. Consecutive interior, so we're still inside, but they're on the same side. That's going to be 3 and 5. Now, I'm not going to put the little curve on them because they're not congruent. They add up to 180. And then on the other side there, you have 4 and 6. keep forgetting the angle symbol, but you get the idea. And then the last one, alternate exterior, so we're outside 7 and 2 and 1 and 8. All right, so you need to know those, go back over them, make sure you can identify them. What is the value of x? If you have an answer key with you, you'll notice I wrote angles are alternate exterior, right? These two angles have an alternate exterior relationship and alternate exterior, and what that means is they're congruent. So if two things are congruent, you set them equal. And you solve. So now we're just minus 15, 3x equals 90, divided by 3, x equals 30. And that's all there was to that. That's pretty simple. What is the slope? The figure's a trapezoid. What is the slope of the base? So first of all, even though we haven't covered this again, trapezoids have parallel bases, obviously. So if you find the slope of one, you're going to find the slope of both of them. And so just looking at it, you see 2 points clearly marked, right? So that goes down 1 over 2. Negative 1, 2. And that's it. Find the x and y intercept for each one. So a couple things here, and I might need a little more space to kind of go through this. But an x-intercept is written as a number comma 0, and the y-intercept is a point as 0 comma y. So what that means here, and the way these are set up, that's no fun, is you can plug zeros into each one individually and get the x and y coordinate, basically. So what I mean is this. You're looking here at 2x plus y equals 6. If I plug 0 in for x, that's going to find me the y-intercept. 2 times zeros cancel, y equals 6. So that's the y-intercept. Then you do the opposite. You plug 0 into y. Cancels, 2x equals 6. Divide by 2, the x-intercept is 3. That's all you got to do. Come over here and do the same thing. 3 times 0 minus 4y equals 12. Minus 4y equals 12. Y equals negative 3. I hate when it does that. All right, and then to finish this off, do the same thing for the y. That cancels. 3x equals 12 divided by 3. The x-intercept is 4. That's all you got to do. Not really that difficult of a thing to work through. 8, find the value of x. These two angles, 4x and 100, are consecutive interior, which are supplementary. Also, that was noted on the answer key. So these two have to add up and equal 180. Sorry, the pen's getting a little crazy here. So I wrote that wrong. 4x plus 100 equals 180. But you're going to subtract the 100. 4x equals 80. Divide by 4. x equals 20. And again, you only needed to find x, so that's good. Tell whether the following lines are parallel or perpendicular. So you're going to have to compare slopes, but each one is in standard form, so you are going to have to solve it into y equals mx plus b. So we'll just have to do this one by one. 9x minus 7y equals 6. We're going to subtract the 9x over. Negative 7y equals 6 minus 9x. Divide negative 7 to everything. Y equals 6 over negative 7. Minus 9x divided by negative 7 becomes plus 9/7 x. So first off, there's the slope of that. That's not supposed to be erased. That's a highlight, but that's a pretty thick highlight. All right. And then for the other one, wrong pen color. 7x plus 9y equals negative 5 minus 7x. 9y equals negative 5 minus 7x. Divide by 9, divide by 9, divide by 9. Y equals negative 5/9 minus 7 over 9x. So when we look at the two slopes, we have 9 over 7 and negative 7 over 9. Those are opposite reciprocals. That would make these perpendicular. Running out of space here, if you have the answer key, you can see the work I did for this one. But basically over here, this top equation will become y equals x minus 3, or negative 3 plus x. And the bottom one's going to become y equals x minus 4, or negative 4 plus x. But they do both wind up with a positive x slope, positive, so that would be parallel. All right, that was video 1. Hope this helped. Check the other video for the backside, and good luck on the test tomorrow.